Mhm. Mhm.
Hang all the mistletoe, I'm gonna get to know you better this Christmas. And as we trim the tree, how much fun it's gonna be together this Christmas. The fireside is blazing bright. We're caroling through the night, and this Christmas will be a very special Christmas for me. Presents and cards are here. My world is filled with cheer and you. This Christmas, and as I look around, your eyes outshine.
Well, hello, fellow Toastmasters, and happy holidays. Welcome to the official District 40 podcast. And as you can see, we're on a new format today. We're streaming live from YouTube. And my name is Johnny Randolph, and I am going to pass it over to my next co-host.
Well, hello, District 40. It's Althea Latang. Happy Tuesday. It's almost 5 days until Christmas?
Yeah.
Can't believe it. Can't believe it. I'll turn over to my next co-host.
Hey, everybody. Don Schulze. Good to see you all. I hope you're all doing well. And I'll turn it over to Doris.
Hey, everybody. It's 5 days till Christmas, but tomorrow is the first day of winter solstice.
Oh,
how about that?
Very fitting.
As a matter of fact, we get 1 minute every day now. So I'm very excited. The days are getting longer. Yay.
Yay for that.
That's right. And that's what the solstice, it peaks, and then every day we get a little more.
Yeah, we get a little more sunlight, So hang in there. And speaking of hanging in there, let me just tell you guys and you out there, our mission for this podcast. Our mission is to educate and entertain our listeners and viewers by providing a positive and supportive experience to help our listeners and viewers develop stronger communication and leadership skills. That's a whole mouthful to say, but we hope that we achieve it here today. Also, not only do we do a mission statement, but we also have a word of the day. Althea, what is our word of the day?
Absolutely. With this season of togetherness, I've chosen, I think, the best word as our word of the day. It's simply family. And there's tons of definitions for the word family, but this one I thought was the best out of all the ones I was able to find. And the definition is a group of persons united by the ties of marriage, blood, or adoption, constituting a single household and interacting with each other in their respective social positions usually those of spouses, parents, children, and siblings. So we, the podcast crew, are like family, and I get to share this space with you guys every month, and I look forward to it. So your job, your role, your responsibility today is to utilize the word of the day, family.
Family. And if you say the word
Sure, like my
family,
family, that's for sure.
you're going to hear this sound. If you use the word of the day, you'll hear this sound.
Ooh.
I
That's
like
quite
that.
special.
Yes.
It's so Christmassy,
I love
family
it.
like.
I
Awesome.
love that. Oh,
Yes.
hey, just heard the word. Where's the chime? There it is.
So has everybody done their holiday shopping? Got a couple more days? Everybody done?
Got a little bit more to do here in the Schultze household, a little bit more.
I'm an onliner, so mine was done months ago.
I was gonna say, yeah, same
I
thing.
was reading, they were saying how the rush to get all of the, because lots of people shop online now.
Yeah.
And they're still waiting this late. I think the cutoff is tomorrow or something.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but why would you wait this late to go online and shop? I don't get it.
People
You
say they
know-
like the pressure.
Yeah, but then also too, what I've heard is, during Black Friday, there really wasn't a lot of, really great deals
Right.
that people wanted to get out of bed and shop for. So maybe they're holding out till last minute. A couple of these retailers might throw some kind of last minute, great deals. And
That's
who
true.
knows?
Okay,
Yeah.
I can see that.
Because I remember growing up, my dad would wait until Christmas Eve to get our Christmas tree because he
Oh.
said they're gonna burn them anyway, so I can get this for $1. And he
I was just
would.
being
We'd be
really
the last
frugal.
house on the neighborhood to put up our tree because
For a whole $1.
he
Goodness.
said I can get this tree. They start out like $60.
Right.
Then Christmas Eve, they're like, we're gonna have to throw these away. You get it for $1.
So
So
Dad waited to
That's a
Christmas
good
Eve
deal.
to put it
Yeah.
out. So
That's a great deal.
I love it.
and I used to do that too. I'd wait till Christmas Eve to decorate. And then people say, you only got it up for a week.
So
We still have to do our baking. Did you guys do your baking? What kind of cookies do you all make?
I can tell you what kind of cookies I like to consume.
Yeah. We didn't
I-
do our cookies this year. I just bought the ginger snaps from World Market, but normally we do bake.
okay.
Mm.
Question: when do you guys take your tree down? My mother thought it was
Whoa.
sacrilegious to do it until after the New Year. That was her whole thing. We took the tree down on New Year's Day
New Year's Day.
and New Year's Day cleaning, like because she
Yeah.
said she didn't want to have a dirty house for the beginning of the year because somehow that would lead to you having a
a dirty house all
throughout the
year.
remainder of the year. So we took
I've
down the
heard that
Christmas tree
too.
and we cleaned.
Sound like your mom and my mom were friends.
Oh,
Probably.
goodness.
That's what she said. That's what she used to say.
I normally wait till like 2 weeks after the new year to take my tree down.
Okay.
Oh.
Ours is around New Year's, so after New Year's Day,
All right.
but not too much.
Althea, what do we have next coming up for our
Well,
program?
Absolutely. Well, this is the segment where we welcome one of our district's leaders, movers, and shakers. And this episode is no different. We have an amazing person joining us this evening for a great little chat. I'd love to introduce to everyone Christine Ross, DTM. She is Assistant Vice President of Corporate Actuarial for the Cincinnati Insurance Group. So I can't wait for her to join us and tell us more about this career path because I'm very intrigued and curious about it. So I'm not going to read too much about that. I want her to share that with us. But I can tell you about Christine's journey in Toastmasters. She has literally held every club officer role within the club and has also served as an area director, division director. She was the chair for the Education and Training Committee and also served as District 40 Administration Manager. Currently, Christine is serving as the chair for the 2023 District 40 Annual Conference, which this year or next year is going to be held in person. And we are looking forward to this. It's been a long time coming. We're really excited to have an opportunity to get together as Toastmasters and celebrate a great year. And we cannot wait to do that and learn more about that with Christine joining us here shortly. She's earned her Distinguished Toastmaster Award 3 times. She graduated from Aquinas College and Bowling Green State University, is married and has 2 adult children. Please join me in welcoming to our podcast, DTM Christine Ross.
Hello.
Hi, Christine. How are you?
I'm good.
Great. We are so happy to have you with us. So tell us a little bit about yourself. How long have you been with Toastmasters?
I joined Toastmasters, I have to stop and think, 2011, I think.
Awesome. And what was the initial draw for you to be interested or want to be a Toastmaster?
You're not going to believe this. I'm glad you all are sitting down. I joined a corporate club because I had nothing better to do at lunch.
What?
Oh.
I came in
I
came in as a manager. I came in an officer track position, and it puts you kind of in a strange place with the people that you work with day in and day out, because you're the boss, or you will be the boss, or something like that. And it just was awkward and a little bit lonely. But there is this group of people who got together for lunch every Wednesday. I didn't work with any of them. They worked all across the company. So what have I got to lose? I don't have anything else to do at lunch.
It was a bit social. Did you say it was a
And so
social?
I visited a Toastmasters meeting, and warm energy, great group, people from all over the company that I've never met anywhere, from executive all the way down to the mailroom. And I stayed.
They were like family?
There are some people in that club who have become like family to me.
Good deal.
I love it.
Our word of the day, Christine, is family. So that's
Woo!
Yes. Anytime you say the word family, you get this nice little chime.
All
There it
right.
is.
I'll look for it. I'll listen for it.
Yes.
So that's kind of
awesome.
my strange story about how I started in Toastmasters. People tell stories about their boss setting them because their communication skills were poor, or they were nervous, or they had to give a toast or a eulogy, and I had no friends.
I love it. I love it.
That's great.
I love that.
I have no
That's a great
friends. I love
story.
it.
That's a great story. What a great way to make friends. So tell us a little bit about your career. So you are with a Cincinnati Insurance Group, and you are the Assistant Vice President in Corporate Actuarial.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about that. What
Okay,
exactly is that?
So here's Insurance 101. Okay, first of all, actuaries are the number crunchers for an insurance company. And the Insurance 101 is that when an insurance company sells a policy, they really don't know what it's going to cost them. They have to wait for the claims to come in, for people to have car accidents, for people's houses to burn down, whatever it is. You really don't know up front what that policy is going to end up costing you. It's a promise that if something bad happens to you, then the insurance company will give you money. So broadly speaking, pricing looks forward, and they try to figure out what it's going to cost in the future for the policies that they're selling now. And reserving looks back and tries to estimate what the cost is to the company for the policies they've already sold. And that's what I do. I do the look back to try to figure out what the cost is to the company for the policies they've already sold.
That's awesome.
There you
Thank
go,
you for sharing
Insurance
that.
101.
I love it. Learn something new. I appreciate that. So tell us a little bit about your home club, the name of the club, and where in our district the club is located. And are you currently serving in any club officer roles?
I am an officer in every club I belong to.
How many clubs? How many clubs?
How many
How
clubs
many?
are we talking about here?
4.
Okay.
Nice.
I kind of have a dual allegiance as far as home club. I have to give a shout out to the corporate club I joined over a decade ago. There are people in that club that were in that club a decade ago that I consider friends, almost family. And then I have the community clubs I belong to. And I really have to say that Seven Hills of Cincinnati feels like my home club on the community side. But I am also a member of the King's Speech, and that is a fabulous group of people. And I am a member of Competitive Speakers Cincinnati, and I cannot overstate how much my speeches have improved as a member of Competitive Speakers. Not even competing, just to give a presentation at work or to write an email or something like that. You get to a certain point with Toastmasters and you need something to push you into that next notch, and Competitive Speakers has done that for me.
That's amazing. Thank you for
Nice.
sharing that. All right, so I'm going to turn it over to my co-host to see if they have any questions for you, Christine.
Christine,
I have one.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead,
Okay.
Doris. No, go ahead.
I was going to say, we were talking before you came out here about being excited about the conference being in person. And so can you tell us what fun things we might encounter being the first time in person since the COVID?
The first time in person since a long time. And I have to tell you that we have scored majorly because International President Matt Kinsey is coming to visit our district,
Nice.
and he will be delivering the keynote. Yeah, we scored big time. Toastmasters International gets districts on a loop for when you get a bigwig to come to your district, and 2023 is our year for a big wig, but we got the big wig
The big wig.
coming to the district. That'll be awesome. If you've never been to a conference before, and it's been a while since we've had one in person, Friday night is an informal gathering. We call it the Friday Fun
Family
Night.
fun night.
And our theme this year is family reunion. So look on Friday night for all those fun, wacky things that you do at a family reunion. Play games, play cards, do a puzzle, have lots of chance to talk. There'll be music and all those things that you would think of for a family reunion, and that'll be Friday night. And then we kick off Saturday. We'll have our opening ceremony and our opening keynote from Matt Kinsey. We'll have a couple of concurrent sessions. We run 4 tracks. We run personal development, leadership, communication, and I'm gonna look at my list because I knew I'd forget. Club success.
Wow.
Nice.
Club success. So there's one track that is related to being a Toastmaster, but there's a lot to offer at the conference beyond somebody who is a club officer, even beyond it, somebody who is a Toastmaster. You know, we have things for, you know, personal development and leadership and that sort of thing. So we'll have some concurrent sessions. Of course, we'll have the International Speech Contest on Saturday afternoon, and we'll have the Humorous Speech Contest on Sunday morning.
Nice.
And then we'll have Matt Kinsey close us out on Saturday, and we'll all go home. Hopefully, I'm tired and energized at the same time.
Yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to it. There are folks that I only would see at a conference, and I really miss that in-person contact. You know, those folks that you would only see once a year and haven't seen them since 2019.
Right.
And I had a question for you. You are the conference chair.
Yes.
What does that role consist of? What roles and responsibilities did that consist of? And how did you get that role?
The conference chair really is responsible for putting the right people in the right places and then making sure those things get done. Because there are so many different roles. You need somebody to head up fundraising. Don Schultze, DTM, PDD, heads up fundraising for us. You know, you need a webmaster, you need a registration chair, you need a treasurer, you need an education chair, you needed a sergeant at arms. You have all of those pieces, and you need to have the right person in those roles, and you need to make sure that they have the tools to get those things done and some follow-up to make sure that things are getting done. So it's just keeping a lot of plates spinning in the air. I spent a lot of time emailing people, a lot of time on Zoom calls, making sure that folks have the tools that they need, and even making introductions, making sure that people know who they need to ask for things. It's a lot of networking. And I volunteered for the position. The program quality director is in charge of the conference. This year's program quality director is Lavinia Boyer. I've known Lavinia for a long time. It was time for the conference to circle back through Cincinnati because it moves through the metropolitan areas in the district. And I told Lavinia it was a Cincinnati year, and if she would have me, I would chair it.
Nice.
Nice.
So Christine, can you tell us where and when it is?
Of course I can. And it's easy to remember. It's tax weekend. It's tax weekend.
Woo!
It's April 14th, 15th, and 16th. So it should be easy to remember. It's tax weekend. It is the weekend after Easter. And it will be at the Holiday Inn Eastgate, which if you think of the 275 loop going around Cincinnati, it's on the east side. So it's either at 3 o'clock or 9 o'clock, depending on which way you're going around. But it should be an easy drive from all of the metropolitan areas because it's right off the 275. So it should be super easy for everyone to get to, whether you're coming from Columbus or Dayton, or whether you're coming up from Lexington or coming up from Charleston. So it's right off the expressway. It's super easy to find. There's a lot of stuff to do around there, the Eastgate area, lots of things to do. If you want to bring a significant other or bring children who are old enough to not have to be supervised in the hotel at all times. There's lots of things for people to do. It should be fun. It should be a good time.
Kristen,
When can we start paying for that? When can we
That's what
start registering?
All right.
Am I reading your mind?
ESP, right? Literally, because I'm like, when can we sign up and when are we?
When can we start signing
We'll
up?
get registration up in early January.
Okay.
We are working on that. There is a countdown out there with Matt Kinsey's mug there, highlighting him as our feature speaker, but that information should go up probably in the second or third week of January. Sooner if we can get it, it's up there sooner, but I don't want to make promises I can't keep. So I am touching base with our webmaster on Monday, and we'll start getting things out on to the website.
So Christine, can I ask a question? I know you mentioned a lot of different roles that are helping with the conference. Is there more help needed? Is there something
There
else?
is always help needed. Always. If you're looking for something to do in the run up to the conference, we're still looking for speakers. So if you know somebody who gives a good workshop, and we'll get that form up on our website after the first of the year so people can sign up for that. We always need help with publicity and that sort of thing. If there's something that you think is interesting to you and you'd like to do, if you're looking for something to volunteer at the conference, something that's a little shorter time frame, we need people to be sergeant at arms in all of the workshops, someone who will introduce the speaker, keep track of the time, that sort of thing. We also need people who will work the registration desk so that our registration chair isn't stuck sitting there the whole entire weekend and doesn't get to enjoy the conference herself. So anything that you would like to do, we always need help. You can reach out to me. My email address is really easy because it's Christine Ross. It's right there, but there's an underscore in there, Christine_Ross at cinfin.com. And reach out and we'll find you something to do. Whatever it is that you like to do, if you like to put together the program, if you're already like that, and we're always looking for people who would like to share their talents with the district.
That's awesome.
I'm going to ask just one question. Probably got to get you out of here. I know that you're busy. Why would you recommend for a first timer, a person who's never been to a conference ever before, why would you recommend they come to this conference?
There is so much more to Toastmasters than what you'll find in your club. And hopefully the club is meeting your needs, whether you joined because you want leadership skills, speaking skills, you don't have anyone to eat lunch with, whatever it is that brought you to Toastmasters. And hopefully the club is meeting that need, but there's so much more to Toastmasters than your club. And I think the conference is a real to see from all over the district, all walks of life, all ages, all you name it. There's somebody in Toastmasters who fits that description, and it's just a fantastic time to meet people and prove yourself. Things beyond just what you would learn in Toastmasters, personal development, leadership, that sort of thing, so you can work on yourself and have a great time doing it.
Awesome. All right.
Right.
I love that. Well, before we let you go, Christine, I have one final question for you. And this actually kind of segue, I think, into this final question. So you explain to folks who may be considering coming to the conference, that's being their first time, or it's been a while since they've been there, the benefits of coming to the conference. So tell us, why have you decided to remain a member of Toastmasters? Every 6 months, you pay your $45 to renew. Why is that?
Because I don't feel like I've finished learning, that there's always something new to learn. Even chairing this conference, I've chaired large events before. I've chaired events for 150 adult Girl Scout volunteers. I've chaired large events before, but there's always some new nuance. So chairing this conference, I am learning a ton. So I've learned a lot, and I'm still learning, and that's one reason I stay in Toastmasters. And the other reason is that I have some really good friends that I've made in Toastmasters. They have become second family to me. And I feel like paying $90 a year to hang out with my friends is not a lot of money.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, for sure.
Christine, before you go, one of the great things about us doing this podcast is that we have a live stream. And in our live stream, we have Toastmasters that interact with us and ask questions.
Alrighty.
We got somebody in the chat that said, I might volunteer, or Wolf, I don't know.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't want to mispronounce his last name. He said, I might volunteer as a sergeant at arms for something at the conference.
Nice.
Ooh,
Check that
yay.
out.
Wolf,
Yay.
we appreciate that. We appreciate
Yes.
that.
Appreciate ya.
And we'll add to this. You can come back later. We'll add to this. We'll put her email address in there if you
Yes,
don't remember
email
from
me.
before, and just reach out to Christine. We would.
Yep.
Christine would love to have fill the role as a sergeant at arms.
I would, and I will get you in contact with the person who's chairing that, and we'll get you on the list.
Nice.
Look at the District 40
Fantastic.
podcast, making
Yeah.
baby. I
All
love it.
right.
I love
She
it.
get
That's
it
what it's
wrong.
all about.
She get a finder's fee. Like I feel like we should get a finder's fee for
Yeah,
this.
for sure.
Yeah, we'll take care of you, Johnny.
Well, Christine, thank you again so much for joining us this evening. Wish you happy holidays and great success with the planning of the conference. We can't wait for it.
All right, I will look forward to seeing all of you there.
Yes.
All
Have a great
right.
one.
Have a happy holiday.
Happy holidays
Happy
to your
holidays.
family.
Bye.
Take care.
Guys, I don't know about you all, but I'm so excited for the conference.
I am
Uh,
too.
the first time I went to a conference, I just went to support a club mate of mine because they had made it to the district. They actually ended up winning, but I was just going to support them. And I had so much fun that the next conference I volunteered to be on. I didn't cheer it like Christine, but I volunteered to be on the conference committee. And I was in charge of dignitaries, and I got to meet the keynote that year, which was Gopi. And then I got to meet another person who was there who had been a board of regents. She was on the board of directors, and it was just a great experience. So talk about communication and leadership. I learned so much from that conference, and I would encourage everybody out there listening to this to sign up for the conference as soon as those registration dates become available.
I'm really excited about it. This is
Same.
going to be my first conference ever for me in person.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh.
So, I mean, I did serve as one of the conference committee members 2 years ago when we held it virtually. So I'm looking forward to really being in person, just hearing all the great stories
love
from
it.
everyone. I'm really excited about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the networking. I think that's
Mhm.
the best part. It's all the talking with people before and after the sessions. It's so great to get to know some other Toastmasters as family members. There really are
Yeah.
Toastmasters.
I love it.
I remember my first conference, my mentor, Don Schultze.
Who's that?
Who's that?
He guilted me into it. You gotta go to a conference you've
I
never
did.
since. You gotta go. So I thought, oh, okay. So I went, and it was the best time ever. I
Oh,
got to
goodness.
take my camera and practice taking pictures. So I just had a great time. And then the next one, he didn't even have to tell me because I signed up right at the conference because you do get the discount if you sign up at the
Right.
conference. So
Same thing.
Mhm.
yeah, and I've been going ever since. So it's just been a great time.
Yeah, really awesome.
that's-
Good stuff.
Yeah, lesson learned. Guilt trips work sometimes.
Guilt trips work sometimes. Yeah.
Don't we do that all the time? Like, don't we
Yeah.
volunteer or guilt trip somebody? But every person that I've ever done that to or has done it to me, it's been the best experience that I've
It's,
had.
yeah,
Mhm.
they were right. It was a good experience.
For sure. For sure.
Awesome. Well, Don, what are we doing,
Yes.
sir?
Well, let's go to the next segment, my friends. Let's talk about what we learned this week. Let me tell you a little bit about what this session is for those newcomers here to our podcast family. And what we learned segment is all about is we just talk about what we learned recently. It could be either last week or over the last month since our last podcast, but just a little insight of a little nugget of information we learned. So why don't we start out first of all with Althea? Why don't we start with you? What did you learn recently?
Well, thanks, Don. So, what I learned over the last week, it's not really anything specific to Toastmasters as far as leadership or communication. But what I've learned is it's okay to not be okay. So today at work, and this came to me today. Today at work, my boss gave me this nice little gift. It's a candle, and it simply says,
Aw.
"It's okay to not be okay." Right.
Aw.
And I just want to use this as an opportunity to encourage people, especially during this time of year. There's a lot of people that may be going through a lot of different things for whatever reason. It could be they recently lost a loved one. Things are a little different, and they may feel that they're just having to handle things on their own or have to put forward a front face to pretend like everything's okay when it's really not. Don't do that, or try not to. You have a community of people like family who are here to support and love and uplift you in those, dark and weak moments. So reach out to those individuals. And then also too, we got to do a better job of reaching out to our people. If there's someone that you haven't spoken to in a really long time, maybe reach out to them to see how they're doing. Send them a text, give them a call, schedule a Zoom call if you can't do something in person. But I just think it's important, especially during this time of the year, to really remember that we're not in this by ourselves, that we do have a community of people that love and support us. And it's okay to not be okay. And in those moments when you're feeling not 100% yourself, just know that there are people that you can rely on or count on to kind of help you bring you out of those dark places. So it's just an encouragement. And I just wanted to use this opportunity to share that with everyone. So just know that it's okay to not be okay. And it doesn't mean that you're not strong or you're not powerful. You're just human, and it's okay.
I like
That's
how
great.
you say that, because it's almost as if you're giving your permission not be perfect all the time. And I
Absolutely.
think that's very healing, to be able to give yourself a break once in a while.
Absolutely.
We can't be perfect all the time, and we can't be whole. We can't be good all the time. So I love that concept, Althea. That's
Yeah.
really powerful.
And how great is
Really
it that
good.
her boss told her that? I think
Oh
that's
my
Right.
gosh.
at your job.
Yeah.
Yeah. So many
Yeah.
times we hear horror stories, but know that you have
Mhm.
that type of support, I think is wonderful.
Absolutely. Yeah, like you're seeing, people, we're human. We're
We're
not
human.
robots.
Yeah.
We have emotions, we operate in emotions, we use logic, and it's okay, sometimes to not have a good day and just know that tomorrow is another opportunity to start fresh and to do it again. So, yeah, absolutely. There's nothing, perfection doesn't exist, only up here. And once you allow that to kind of go away from you and just know that you're human and you can make mistakes and learn from them, right? And Toastmasters is the best place to make those
The
kinds of
best
mistakes, to be,
place.
to be vulnerable. So what? The speech didn't go as planned, but you have your family of members in your club that's going to help give you what you need. So the next time you give that speech, it'll be better.
Love it.
Great.
A great way to look at life. It really is.
Absolutely.
But Doris, what about you? What did you learn recently?
Well, I learned recently, not a new thing, it's an old thing, but I think it's always relevant, especially in Toastmasters, and it is speeches are all around us.
What? They are?
I know, right?
Where are they?
Normally, when a new person joins, and it usually comes with when you're a mentee or a mentor to a mentee, and they say, "Where do you get your speeches from? I don't know what to talk about. I don't know what to write." And I say, speeches are all around you,
Mhm, that's true.
and especially during this time, we're going to be visiting with family. Family make the best speeches.
You're going to get the
No.
best content.
Really?
Just make sure you got your iPhone, you're taking some voice notes and just jot down, when that pie comes out by Aunt Elma, you can write down what people said about it. You can make a whole speech about it, how you interact with your family.
And kids say the darndest things to you, don't they?
They
They
do
sure
say the
do.
darndest thing. Or the trip down there, if you're riding down with your family, you can write down how the car trip went. Those make excellent speeches. Or just throughout your day, you can just say what you did when you got up this morning. That's a fun speech. I'm making a fun speech now because I'll just tell you a little bit about it. My smoke detector battery was low, and so my alarm says your smoke detector battery is low.
Huh.
So I think, I just bought some batteries. I'll just put the battery in there. I take it down. It's not the same kind of battery that I have.
Oh, goodness.
Meanwhile, my alarm is beeping, right? And so I got to go to the store and get the right battery. But I'm afraid to go to the store because the alarm company might call. But I do. I go to the store. I forget my cell phone if they call. So I had this horrible picture in my head that I'm going to get back home with the battery and the police are going to be at my house because that smoke detector has now called the alarm company and they're going to swarm my house. So you have to listen in next year to find out what happened with my alarm. So speeches are just
Cannot
all
wait to hear
around us. From the smallest little thing you may think it's nothing, it can become a speech. So just remember that when you're going throughout your day, take some notes. I keep notes in my cell phone about speech titles, and sometimes they just come, and then sometimes it takes a while for them to develop, but they're all around you. So just keep that in mind.
And I think your point is you just have to be observant or have to be
Yes.
open to the concept.
Open to the concept of speeches.
Yeah.
I'm going to do a speech about that. I'm always saying that. That makes a great speech.
That is so true. Doris, a couple of years ago, I was voluntold, talking about making people do things. I was voluntold in my club to participate in the humorous speech contest. And I had no idea of what I wanted to talk about. And so I pulled a story from just my family's holiday, right through season, right? I just pulled it and I took a bunch of elements from different holiday experiences and I put it all together. And I ended up going to the division with that speech.
Oh,
And
see
it was-
what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
No, and it was-
great.
it was just humorous. And so literally I was just taking experiences from my family, like how my my mother, my auntie spoil my daughter in a way that they never spoiled me.
Right.
Or get away with things that I never could have. And
Right.
just these different things. And it turned out really well. So you're absolutely right.
Mhm.
Our material is all around us. And the holidays makes a great example for
Great
material for any
speeches.
speech.
Yes.
great.
Very true.
And we
That's
got
great.
somebody in the chat. Will said, he said, I did a speech about making a sandwich. Nice.
There you go.
There you go.
And that sounds funny.
Yes.
You know, he's got to do that speech now.
I know.
So,
Now
yeah,
I'm intrigued about it.
material.
What kind of sandwich was it?
Right.
Yeah, what kind of sandwich was it?
It just sounds funny listening to that. He did a
does.
speech about
I made a speech about a
sandwich. Like, wow, what could that be about?
Well, that's great, Doris. That's great advice for all of us. Just be
Mhm.
open to the concept. I love it.
Yeah.
So, Johnny, what did you learn recently?
Okay. I learned the word ikigai from
Say that
listening.
again.
I know.
Ikigai. It is
Okay.
I learned this word from watching a TED Talk, and it is a
Ah.
Japanese word. It originated from Okinawa, Japan, which gave us another word that we might be familiar with called karate. That's where the word
Ah, yeah, yeah.
comes from.
Karate.
And coincidentally, citizens of Okinawa have the highest population of people that live to be 100 years old. I thought that was
Wow.
interesting. And the word is spelled Ikigai. It is not icky guy like an icky guy that's got chocolate in his beard from eating the ice cream
That's
sandwich.
what I thought at first.
Right. But it is ikigai. It's right here in the cheeks. Ikigai. I want
Ikigai.
to say, can you all try ikigai?
Ikigai.
Ikigai.
Yes,
You gotta
ikigai.
touch your cheeks too.
Absolutely. So
Ikigai.
I thought it was interesting that this word literally compels you to smile when you say it. Ikigai. And I'm going to share my
Ikigai.
screen here really quickly. And can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. I want to make sure I got the right thing here. I'm going to stop it again. I'm going to try it again because I didn't see it had the right thing in here.
Ikigai.
Ikigai. Yes, Ikigai. All right. And in Japan, it is two words. Ikigai, the IKI means life.
Nice.
Gai means purpose. So roughly translated together, it means life purpose. And again, I thought it was cool that a word that forces you to smile is ikigai, your life purpose. Literally saying it forces you to smile. And
I like that.
with ikigai, it is a concept, a philosophy of principles on how you search for your ikigai. And the way that they look at it, for the people who will be listening to this on audio version, it moves in 4 different directions. And to search for your ikigai, it starts with, what do you love? Do what you love. And also, the next one is, what does the world need? Then, what can you get paid for? Now, it can be monetary, but it can also be just what benefits you, what provides a reward for you, and also what you are good at. And when all of these concepts, when all of them converge together, right here in the middle, you have your
Ikigai.
ikigai. So that's how you find your ikigai. Now, ikigai, it is not a noun, as in it is a destination or a person, place, or thing. Ikigai is more of a verb, meaning you are constantly looking for it. So, for example, if we had somebody who, let's say they had a goal that they wanted to lose 25 pounds, right? That's their purpose. That's a noun. But it's ikigai. It's a verb. It is not about necessarily losing 25 pounds. It is about being healthy. So that would be your ikigai. And how would you determine your ikigai? So if you started to ask the questions, what do you love? Let's say it's a person, they love to dance, right? What does the world need? They need healthy people. I'm going to move over to the other one. What are they good at? This person can dance. And what can they do to get paid for it? They can start a community of teaching people how to dance, as in they're getting exercise and can talk about nutrition, can get all people gathered together. And when all of these concepts merge together, that gives them their ikigai, their life's purpose. And I thought this was a fascinating and a great word, because after today, we only have approximately 11 days in the year. And so next year, people are going to talk about their New Year's resolutions. And I've been telling everybody in my clubs that you don't have to start next year to plan your resolutions. You can start
Right.
them right
now.
Now.
but adapting a purpose, start to thinking about your ikigai. Either you are living in your ikigai or you're working towards your ikigai. You can start that right now. Remember the questions. What do you love? What does the world need? What can you get paid for? And what are you good at? Start thinking about those things, and that can help move you towards achieving your ikigai. And ikigai, say it with a smile, ikigai.
Ikigai.
That is
Ikigai.
what I learned today. And we
That
got
is
it. Will
fun.
said,
That's an excellent lesson.
it's a great TED Talk, and I'll put the TED Talk in the chat. It's really good. And Will said martial arts is my ikigai. Love it.
Nice.
Martial arts is
Nice.
my, and that's the whole purpose, y'all. Ikigai.
That's
Love that.
awesome.
Turn it over to you, Don. That's what I
Sure. Well, I tell you, you guys are talking about such great concepts and ideas. And I'm going to go right back to reverting to a Toastmasters thing that I learned about. And it's something brand new. And I would love to hear if you guys tried it out yet. It's the new Udly program from Toastmasters. Did you hear about this launch? It just,
No.
I'm excited about it. I haven't personally tried it, but I want to try this new Udly. And it's a new interactive system that Toastmasters has launched, where you can practice, record, and even save your speech up to 60 minutes online. What you do with it is you can then receive feedback. How cool is that? Not only do we get in-person feedback in our clubs, but now we can receive actual analytics on our speeches that will tell us our filler words, what our pacing
Wow.
was like, how good was our word choice, and many more different things about our speech. So it's this AI capability that's out there in technology that can be used now for our speeches. There's also an opportunity to view an auto-generated transcript of your speech. And
Nice.
also, here's a capability to share your speech with others in Toastmasters. So how cool is that? And if that's not enough,
Wow.
there you can play Udly created word games in this functionality. So I'm all
That's
about
cool.
word games. I love
Nice.
that kind of thing. But have you all tried it yet, or do you guys have any goals to try out Udly?
Okay,
in
so
Toastmasters?
our District 40, I know this is an international release, but in District 40, Michael Pope, who's a member of it, he's on the board for Udly. And
Nice.
he had placed it, he had said it on Facebook or something. I saw it somewhere that he was. And then I saw Matt Kinsley talk about it. And I was like, Michael, is this the thing you were talking about? And he was like, yeah. So he actually sent me a copy of a speech that he did at a place, and he provided the transcript. And so in the
Oh, nice.
transcript, it talked about the filler words or better words that he may have used, or words that didn't fit in the speech well. And it was just really good analytics for anybody to have. Now, it doesn't replace an actual evaluator, but it is used in conjunction with it, how you can do the speech, get feedback on it, and then take it to a club or take it to the event
How
that
cool
you
is
had.
that?
So
Yeah.
seeing it was, and the audio was, the words were great. The transcript was great. Like I said, it would like highlight in yellow if you use the same word multiple times throughout it. It's not saying that it was bad, but it's just showing maybe this is an area for opportunity. Or if you use a word that didn't quite go along with there or runtime, it was really cool. So using AI technology to help advance your communication skills, I thought was really cool.
It's just another example of how Toastmasters takes it to another level. Just gives
Yeah.
us more and more tools in our toolkit. That's what I love about this. Free. Can't wait to try it out. I'm going to try it out over the holidays, I think.
So does each Toastmaster member get it free, or do you have to buy a subscription,
it's
or how
free.
does it work?
It is free. It's offered free to us with our
Okay.
members.
It's a software you download, or you just
Mhm.
go on international and
I don't know that, but we'll
I
figure it
think-
out. I don't know.
Okay.
Has anybody in our group?
Yeah, has
maybe-
anybody in the chat used Udemy? Anybody in the chat used Udemy?
I saw it. I was excited to use it, but I have not used it. I just wanted to know a little bit more about it.
We'll find out. And
But that
Have to
sounds
try it out. We'll
cool.
have to report back on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we can talk about
Stay
that during our
tuned.
next episode.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. So what's next here, Donnie?
All right. So thank you, Don. That was awesome. Great information, guys. Thank you for sharing it. The next segment that we have is called, well, somebody's asking in the chat. They said, how is it spelled? I think is it YOODI?
It's YOODLI. Udli.
How is it? I'm going to put it in here. YOOD. What now, Don?
DLI.
DLI.
That's what I found. Yeah, YOODLI. Udli.
Okay. All right. There we go. And Althea beat me to it. Way to go, Althea. For our next segment, we call News You Can Use. In this segment, we talk about the latest happenings and events that are transpiring across District 40. So I'm going to start with you, Doris. Doris, what is some news that the people can use? News you can use.
All right. Thanks, Johnny. Well, we all know that coming up is our contest season. Woo! Contest season starts in our clubs, of course. And once you pass your club, you go to your area and then your division. And I have some contest dates for our areas and our division. So make sure you write these down, mark them on your calendar, save the date. And also, just with the caveat, some of these dates may change. So make sure you just stay tuned and stay informed, stay in contact with your division directors to make sure that the dates are still valid. But for areas 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, February 4th at 9:30 a.m. February 4th at 9:30 a.m. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 area. Area 11 through 19, that one is to be determined. Areas 22 and 25, February 4th at 9 a.m. Also contact your division directors for the actual location. Area 27 and 28, February 11th, to be determined of the time. April, or areas 23, 24 to be determined. Areas 31 through 39 is to be determined. Area 41 and 43, February 18th, the location is to be determined. And areas 44, 46, and 47, February 25th at 9 a.m. And for those lucky contestants that make it past the area, we have the division. So Division A is March 4th. The place is to be determined. And divisions B, C, D, and E are March 11th. So mark those dates on your calendar, and they'll be on the website, I'm sure, on the D40 website, I am sure. So just stay tuned, keep in touch, and make sure you are practicing those speeches. So back to you, Johnny.
Well, it's okay. The only thing I want to add, Mark, for Division E, it is March 18th. B, C, and D are March 11th, and March the 18th is for E.
Okay.
All right. Awesome. I'm looking forward to contest season. So, and contest season is the prelude up into the conference that we talked about. So everything is kind of feeding into each other. Miss Latang, tell us, what is some news that you can use, that the people can use?
Absolutely. Well, the news that I have that people can use is specific to our club officers. So the winter training for club officer trainings will be virtual in January. There's going to be 2 sessions available for individuals who are interested. And club officer training is a great opportunity for club officers to come and learn more about their specific roles, to network, and to learn from each other. This is a great opportunity for that. So you'll have 2 opportunities. The first one will be on Wednesday, January 11th. Again, the sessions will be held virtually, and we'll make sure that the information is included in our recording notes here for this session. Registration opens at 5 p.m. and the session begins at 5:30. And the second session will be held on Saturday, January 14th, with Zoom doors opening at 9 a.m. and the session begins at 9:30. Again, a great opportunity for club officers to network and learn more about their roles, and to also help your clubs earn their DCP credit toward achieving those goals for your clubs. So if you have any questions about that, you can reach out to our education chair, who is Derek Boyer. We'll make sure we have that information posted in the comments below, as well as check out the website. Has great information about how to register for the club officer training and additional resources that could be beneficial to you in your role. So that's some news that we can hopefully have our club officers use.
Hey, Althea, if I could add, it's also open for non-officers too. So
that is true.
For folks who maybe are considering being an officer in the future, or just really want to learn more about the different Toastmaster officer roles or other leadership opportunities. It really is open for everybody. So I recommend it for everybody, for sure.
Great point. I think that almost leads into what you have to share with us too, doesn't it?
It sure does. It's like
you have the mic, Don.
I know, the great segue.
Right. Don, since you already had the mic, go ahead. What's some news that the people can use?
Okay, sure. So a couple things is now is the opportunity for those of you who would like to shape the future of our district to put your name in the running for our district leadership positions. We have our district leadership committee that's now accepting nominations and applications for our district leadership cadre. You have your district director, your program quality director, your club growth director, that's called the trio, and also all of our division directors, which is the leadership of each of the different division groupings within our Toastmasters. I tell you folks that this is an opportunity for you to receive just as much as you give in Toastmasters. I know in my experience, when I was either a division director or a part of the trio, I learned so much more than I gave. And it's really a wonderful opportunity for you to grow, to find yourself as you lose yourself in service to others, is what I like to say. So if you haven't considered it, now's the time to put your name in for one of the leadership roles. If you want more information, or if you would like to submit your nomination, the focal point for that is Mr. David Hill, our immediate past district director. And I don't know if you all can put his contact information in chat. I should have thought about that, but I would recommend if you would like more information, contact David Hill and he can get you set up on that. That's my first part. I have 2 pieces tonight, but that's the first news you can use. Is really, we would love to have your great energy, your thoughts to support our district and make our district the best it can be. That's my first news you can use. The second one is, as Christine alluded to earlier, is I'm in charge of a committee for fundraising for the upcoming conference. And I know you all stated how excited you are about the family reunion theme that we have coming up for our conference. But here's the reality, folks, and I'll just make it real quick. Things are expensive in our environment nowadays. Whether you've gone shopping or if you try to spend money on anything, the costs are up. What our district is doing is to try to keep the price reasonable for all of our participants for their registration and meal fees. We are doing corporate sponsorship. So we need your help. As if you're part of a corporate club or if you have contacts in any type of corporation, we would love for you to work with us so that we can ask for some support for the corporations to help us out here a little bit. There's various options where they can donate a flat fee and be either a silver, gold, platinum, or various level of contribution. They can sponsor a portion or part of our conference. And the benefit from them are several. First, they get a lot of publicity for it. It's a tax write-off. January is a wonderful time for you to talk about this to the corporations so that they can start planning for how they want to use their tax benefits in the future, their donations. And really it is to help Toastmasters thrive in our community and in our corporations. So again, if you know of anybody who is willing to make a spiel to one of our corporate sponsors in Toastmasters, please either let me know or let any of us know that you would be willing to help. We have a wonderful presentation that can help you, and it's really something where we're really trying to make the conference as economic for everybody to participate. A little bit more is we're also going to do a silent basket raffle. For those of you who have attended previous conferences, you've heard of that before. So if you have a creative way to put together some goodies in a basket, we're going to raffle those off in a silent raffle. And also we are going to be selling tables for people who may want to either sell their items, or if they are an author, for example, they want to sell their book. We are going to be doing that at the conference as well. So again, different other ideas for fundraising. But again, I love to get everybody's help and thought on that to try to make our conference as economic for everybody. We want everybody to participate this year. So get the word out about that. What do you guys think about that? You excited about the conference?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
For sure.
The cheaper it is, the better I feel.
That's right.
There you go.
That's right.
I am not against being economically feasible. Absolutely. All right. For my news that you can use, contest season. Yes.
Contest
All right, we've
season.
been talking about it. It is upon us. And at District 40, our leadership, they want to ensure that we are having fair and equitable contests for all. Therefore, we have began to develop some resources to help the respective clubs and the districts to be able to put on a fair and equitable contest. Now, we know this year we have different options for contests where it's been a little different than in the past. For example, for all of the club contests, they can choose between having an in-person contest, virtual contest, or a hybrid contest. For our district contest, our areas, divisions, and district, they will have to have a hybrid contest. So things are going to be a little bit different. This is the first time that we've ever had them in that capacity. What we've done at District 40 is we've created some resources to help people put on their contests, whether it's going to be hybrid, in person, or virtual. And some of the resources that we've developed is we've created training videos for various positions within a contest. One of the training videos that we've created a training video for being a judge, and it is right here on the YouTube page right here. So I'm going to put the link in the chat. If you have any questions about being a judge in a contest, that means a chief judge, a voting judge, or a tie-breaking judge, we have judging videos for you. We also have training videos about being a timer and a ballot counter. And it's right here too on the District 40 YouTube page. I'm also putting them in the chat. If you have information about how to be a timer or be a ballot counter or what those responsibilities encompass, then you can look at the judging video. And we have also what we call a contest master's class. And this training video will provide information about the full scope of the contest. We'll talk about the different contests. We'll talk about the different roles. We'll talk about timer requirements, the full spectrum. So these are all videos that the district has provided to help all of our members conduct their contests. In addition to that, we understand that these are training videos. You may have questions about some of the materials discussed in the training videos. Well, on January the 9th, 2023, we're going to hold a Q&A. Therefore, if you've watched the videos and you have some questions, we're going to hold a live Q&A where you can come out and ask whatever question it is from your district leaders, your contest leaders about the contest. And I'm going to put that information, the registration, in the chat with that as well. On January the 4th and on January the 23rd, we understand, as I just said, it's a hybrid contest. It is literally the first time we have ever had a hybrid contest in the history of Toastmasters. And we understand that some of the leaders of the contest, they're a little uncertain about how to put on a hybrid contest. They may be concerned about the technology and the different roles and how those things. Well, on January the 4th and on January the 25th, we're going to do a walkthrough, a virtual walkthrough, and in person, you can actually come to the event as well, of how you conduct a hybrid contest. And more information about how to register for those things will be available. And in addition to that, with all this contest information, we've created a playbook. A playbook is a list of best practices and lessons learned about all contest material. It includes the contest resources, the rule book, the judging videos that I just talked about, all material pertaining to contests that you can look up and read to figure out how to conduct a contest. And if you read those in advance, you can come to the Q&A that's on January the 9th and get your questions answered. And even if you can't make it to that, you watch the videos, leave questions and comments in the chat of the videos. We monitor those quite frequently, and we will reach out to you to answer your questions. We'll either answer them in the chat, or we'll set up some individual time from Zoom where we can have a more one-on-one interaction. And that is what we're doing to help ensure that we have fair and equitable contests. There are a few roles within the district that we want some support for. So we're looking for support for the finance manager. The PDQ is looking for some support. And as Christine so eloquently said today, she needs help with this conference and she needs help in all types of capacities. So please reach out to Christine if you want to get involved in the conference. And that, fellow Toastmasters, is my news that you can use. And I'm going, did anybody have any questions about in the chat? Did you all
That's a
have
lot of information.
That is a
today.
lot
a
of
lot.
news. But we're in that time where things are moving, right?
Mhm.
uh,
Yes.
My head's getting so big with all this information.
but the great thing is you can come back. You can come back and rewatch this over. It
Oh,
comes
that's
up
true.
front. So
That
yeah,
is true.
it's not
Good point.
recorded, and this is going to be on an audio version as well. So yeah, I know that was a lot in a fairly short period of time. But training videos. We got training on the judges. We got training on ballot counters and timers, and we've got a master's class training. And then you can come to a Q&A that is going to be on January the 9th, where you can ask any questions about any of the material you have. And on January the 4th and January the 25th, we're going to have contest training on how to conduct an effective hybrid contest.
That's the best practice here. Really is. That's
And feel free to drop us any questions that you have in the chat. We will respond to you because we love you guys. We love
We
having
love you. You're like our family.
Your
Yes.
All right, that's all that I have. Doris,
Yes.
going next.
We have come to the time in the show where we do some evaluations
Love it,
during
love it, love
this section. I'll put up a speech and you guys will get to evaluate it. Also, you guys in the chat can also evaluate it. And this speech is one I think that goes along with the season. It's a short one and it's one that is probably well known across all of the United States. I'm sure everybody knows this speech. So let me just start the speech, share my screen here. And see.
Charlie Brown.
Love Charlie Brown.
You're hopeless, Charlie Brown. Completely hopeless. Rats. You've been dumb before, Charlie Brown, but this time you really did it. What a treat. I guess you were right, Linus. I shouldn't have picked this little tree. Everything I do turns into a disaster. I guess I really don't know what Christmas is all about. Isn't there anyone who knows what Christmas is all about? Sure, Charlie Brown. I can tell you what Christmas is all about. Lights, please. And there were in the same country shepherds, abiding in the field, keeping watch over their flock by night. And lo, the angel of the Lord came upon them. And the glory of the Lord shone round about them. And they were sore afraid. And the angel said unto them, Fear not. For behold, I bring you tidings of great joy, which shall be to all people. For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, which is Christ the Lord. And this shall be a sign unto you. You shall find the babe wrapped in swaddling clothes, lying in a manger. And suddenly there was with the angel a multitude of the heavenly host praising God, and saying, Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace, goodwill toward men. That's what Christmas is all about, Charlie Brown.
All right. So can you guys help Linus better his speech? I think he did a pretty good job, but can you guys help?
I'll start with some positive things. I loved Linus's authenticity. You could tell that he really believed what he was saying, and he spoke with so much passion, but it was subtle. It was just direct and to the point. And I like the fact that he let us know specifically what the speech was going to be about and how it has impacted him and how it can impact you. So from a positive point, I thought he did a really good job of his passion, connecting with his audience and telling his audience what he is going to be speaking about.
Right. Good job.
Yeah.
I thought he did good. Go ahead.
I was going to say, someone mentioned in the chat, this was more so like a table topic than a 5 to 7 minute speech. I agree. But I felt like he had really great stage presence. He commanded the stage and he asked for his light and he got the light.
Yeah. I thought he had the great hand gestures.
Yes. No filler words was also mentioned in the comments here as well.
I did think he could have used his stage a bit more. I think he could have moved at different points to make more points, but he did a great job with.
That's what I thought, Doris. I thought his stage, that would have been one of my areas of improvement. I thought he stood a little still and he could have utilized his stage just a little bit more. I know it was from the heart and it was a table topic, but I would have liked to see a little bit more stage presence. Not stage presence, but stage movement.
There's also in the chat, someone mentioned, Deborah mentions that while it was passionate, it was also a bit monotone. and that he could have used a little bit more vocal variety.
Yeah, that's a good point. Good point.
Mhm.
I don't know, how old do you think he is there? Maybe 10?
Yeah, he's a
Represent-
kid. Charlie Brown, they're
10.
kids. So
Yeah. So that's what I was
we got to
impressed
give
with
them some
is-
grace.
Yeah, that's where
Yeah.
I was going with it, is for a 10-year-old to have that poise and confidence level. He had a lot of confidence. He memorized it really well. But I think to the point that we're just hearing a little bit is it was a bit monotone. I would love a little bit more pausing, a little bit more dramatization and excitement, maybe a crescendo, building up of the story a little bit more. But for a 10-year-old to be able to have that level of stage presence, kudos to the kids.
Yeah.
What I say.
He had
Kudos.
good gestures with his hands, didn't he?
Yeah, sure.
Wolf says having him move would have cost the animation more money.
He's probably
I was
right.
afraid he was gonna
This
trip over his
was
blanket.
Yeah, I
you
thought
can't
so
move too
too.
much, right?
this was done a while ago. You're right. It probably would have cost him more.
And Deborah says children are loaded with vocal variety. I live with a 6-year-old.
That's hilarious.
Love it.
That's right.
But
Well,
overall,
great job, kids. We should write that down and send it to the next Schultz when they do a remake of the Charlie Brown Christmas.
There you go.
not bad for a tabletop because literally, yeah, that's what it was. It was a tabletop.
Mhm.
It was a tabletop.
Absolutely.
So what do you
Absolutely.
think of his friends there putting down Charlie Brown at the beginning? I thought that was
Mhm.
horrible. I don't
And
remember
I was
that.
thinking it was Snoopy. That's his dog. We would have had,
Oh,
Yes.
we would've had some real problems.
It was
I'm like,
crowd. No, he
I
got
would
caught
have-
up in the crowd.
I would have said, have you
Peer
ever heard
pressure.
of never
was the
bite the
peer
hand that feeds
pressure.
you,
That feeds
Snoopy?
you, yeah.
He
You
got
never
caught
heard
up
that?
in the crowd.
Oh goodness.
He went
Okay.
along with the
Poor
crowd.
Charlie Brown, I tell you.
But they came around in the end. We know how the story ends, and they
We
came
do,
around.
yeah. And the tree turned
And
out
the-
to be beautiful.
It came out beautiful because why? Everyone helped.
That's right.
Mhm.
They all became family.
All become family. That's right.
There we go.
Well, thanks for picking out that speech there, Doris. That was deep.
Thought it was very
Yeah.
appropriate to
Yeah.
theme and what we're doing this year.
Yeah.
Okay, well, guys, looks like we did it. We did another
What?
one.
Did it.
And
Yeah.
another one. The
Yeah,
the
awesome.
final one for 2022.
Final one. And
Oh.
we started this at the beginning of the term. We didn't know where it was going to go. We coalesced, came together as a family. We built it out, and I think that we're marching in the right direction. And we're gonna have some surprises for you guys next year. We're gonna some more changes. We're on YouTube now. Yeah, we're on YouTube, so feel free to share us with anybody that you know on YouTube. And if you logged in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to the District 40 YouTube page. That way you can get a
Yeah.
notification whenever we are about to go live, and it helps with our numbers.
We
Awesome.
are true podcasters now when you make that statement. So
Yeah.
make
That's
sure you
right.
subscribe to get
That's
notified.
That's right.
Big time, man. Big time.
Mr. Schultz, you got anything to say before we head out, sir?
I just wanted to wish everybody the best holiday season. May the peace of the season be with you all. And I hope that you get the time to spend with your family and friends and come back in 2023 rejuvenated, ready to go.
Awesome. Mr. Tang, how about you, ma'am? You got anything to say before we head out?
Ditto.
Ditto?
Ditto what Don said.
Love it. Love it.
Miss Hibbler, you got anything to say before we head out?
Yeah, I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, safe travels. If you're traveling down,
Mhm.
that big storm is coming. If you don't have to travel, don't. I also want to say when you're out, wear your mask, wash your hands, and just have a wonderful Merry Christmas with family and friends.
Awesome. Well, all I have to say is everybody be safe, treasure these times because we never know what's going to happen next year. family, loving each other. Just take some time out to love each other. Be a good person. We're going to come back in 2023, refreshed, rejuvenated, and we're going to take this podcast thing to another level. Feel free to drop lines in the chat about any of the material that we have, and we look forward to seeing you guys. Fellow Toastmasters, have a great holiday and a happy
Bye,
holiday.
everybody.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Bye, everyone. Take care.
Happy holidays.
Silent night.